Hey everybody, welcome to Between the Pages. I am Rick Cook, and today we're talking with Jonas Saul. Hi Jonas, how are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. Jonas is one of the authors in the newly released anthology called The Phone. All of the stories in this book deal with a strange device, a chrome plated payphone that shows up when someone dies. It gives the main protagonist in the story one last chance to talk to the deceased or a being on the other side. Now, for the five of you who don't know who Jonas Saul is, he's an international best-selling author with over 40 novels. With 3 million books sold today almost, he has been a very busy and prolific writer. He's most known for his famous Sarah Roberts series. He's often outranked Stephen King and Dean Koontz on Amazon. One of those Sarah Roberts books and his novel, The Immortal Gene, have been optioned for film and TV. I especially loved The Drowning. Also, if you want a fast-paced, really freaky ride where you don't know what the heck is going on, keeps you guessing right to the last minute, that is a great book too. Sarah Roberts kicks no ass. Sarah Roberts kicks ass and takes no prisoners. The psychic turned vigilante is such a powerful feminine figure. I just love her. She's great. Jonas himself is a writing machine. He's got over 8 books that were released in 2021 alone. His latest releases include There Will Be Blood. It's co-written with Raina Stone. He also has book 30 of the Sarah Roberts series coming out in 2022. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here today, Jonas.
Thank you for having me.
Now, your story in the anthology is titled Home is Calling, and it's about a man who goes to see a psychic to help him reconnect with his dead wife and daughter, who were lost in a tragic car accident. So tell me, what challenges did you face when you were penning this story?
I think one of the first challenges I faced was making the story fit into the world of the phone. As a creative writer, I love creative license and I can do what I want when I want. So when I was given the idea from the editor for this project, I just saw some of the parameters that I needed to meet to make it fit. So I think that was one of the first challenges, or the biggest challenge. And I rose to the challenge and did my best. And my story was accepted. Very happy with it.
I read it and it's great. I love the story, and I think a lot of readers will love it as well. Now, when you were writing this particular story, what excited you about it?
What excited me was the idea, first off, that we could make amends, speak to someone on the other side, be heard, fix a wrong after someone's gone. It was really exciting to take that idea and play with it and mold it into, well, what I wrote. So I was really pumped by the idea when I first heard it and got excited about it right away.
Cool. How did you approach writing the story? Do you have a particular method for writing in general? And did you apply that method to this story?
Absolutely. Well, first off, I don't outline. I'm a pantser. I come up with an idea and then I type chapter one and I start typing. So with this story, I ruminated on it. I'll often take the nugget of the idea and mold it in my mind first. I'll spend several days in downtime driving or whatever and just think about it. So I thought about it a lot and I came up with some ideas and some twists and turns. And then when I'm ready, I'll sit down and start typing. And usually when a story like this, I just typed it out in one sitting. So the first draft anyway. And so that's sort of what my process is to take the idea and play with it and then put it on paper in one sitting. Now a novel, it's not one sitting, but with this story, that's how I do my process. I don't outline. I just I sit down and just paint with words
That's amazing
to
because
create the story.
the end result was great. I love that story, and just for you to just pound it out like that is a showing of a true master.
Oh, thank you.
With respect to the anthology, what story didn't you write, or were you afraid to tell?
I think there aren't many stories I'm afraid to tell. One I didn't write there's a couple. For instance, with this anthology, I had several ideas. And the first idea I came up with, I did write, but it wasn't accepted. So I wrote another one. And often when I approach something like this anthology, I'll often not start writing until I've had 4 or even 5 ideas.
Oh,
And
wow.
at that point, yeah. So what I do though is I take the 5 and I've mentioned in previous conversations with you that whenever story screams out the loudest, that's the one I have to write. So that was the first one I wrote. And I thought to me, that was the better one or the best one for me, but it wasn't the best for the anthology. So fair enough. I'll write the second one.
Yeah.
And the second one turned out to be the better one. But I had 3 or 4 in the bank that I could have gone to.
Amazing.
And,
Cool.
So yeah, it's the other ones I didn't write. So
now, if the phone were real, who would you call and why?
I would call my brother. My brother passed when I was 14
Oh,
and he was 20.
oh, wow.
And there are things left unsaid. The last time we saw each other, there was a bad argument and I never got to fix some wrongs. And
Oh.
I mean, I was 14, he was 20. I thought I had a lifetime.
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
you should tell people
yeah,
today that that you love them, that you care about them, or what you think about them. Don't wait because they may be gone.
yeah.
And I think that
So
chord touches a lot of people who have read the Phone anthology because that's the very it's a great theme. It's a universal theme, really.
yeah,
So, and wasn't your brother the impetus for Sarah Roberts' character?
absolutely. The entire Sarah Roberts series came from the nugget of that idea
Uh,
of what happened with my brother. Yes.
oh, wow. Amazing. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up with a lightning round.
Let's do it.
I'm going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions. Don't think about them. Just give me the first thing that comes to mind. A simple word or a simple sentence will do. So, for example, if I say print or ebook, you'd say,
Ebook.
okay.
But I used to say print.
Used to say. Yeah, ebook is the way to go now. All right, first question. What is your favorite word?
Oh, apex.
Okay, apex. And your least favorite word?
That, if I was wondering if you're going to go there, similarity. I hate that word because it reminds me of simultaneously. And every time I say similarity, it's such a struggle to say that word because I always say simularity.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so every time if I'm doing a speech somewhere at a writer's conference, I'll say the similarities between, and everyone will giggle because I said it wrong. I'll never say similarity correctly. I see a U in my head. I hate
fun.
that word.
That's fun.
I think it should be simularity.
Yeah, we should change the definition and the writing, the spelling for it. For you.
That's it. Thank you.
So what?
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. Now, back to our show.
What? So what are the things that turn you on?
Oh, great writing. Great writing turns me on. Writing that evokes emotion, something that it stops me in the middle of the book sometimes and I'm like, oh my goodness, that line was incredible.
Nice.
Poignant. It was perfectly placed in the that really fires me up.
Good.
An author will be an author for life with me with great writing, but hard writing is great reading.
Yeah.
So the person who causes that great reading, they slaved over that book. I can tell.
And the opposite, what turns you off?
The opposite.
Just
Bad
terrible.
writing, terrible writing, bad prose, purple prose, or superfluous wording. I can't even finish a book like that. And usually it's a lack of a developmental edit.
What noise or sound do you love?
Oh, high decibel. We're talking F-16 flying overhead.
You love it.
I get goosebumps. I've gone to many air shows, and when I don't hear them until they pass me. And when they pass me, because they're so, the speed of sound, they go right by, and then you hear, and that
ripping
sound
the sky apart.
I just love that sound.
Oh, that's good. And opposite, what noise or sound do you hate?
Anything sudden and loud. For instance, it might be standing at a crosswalk where a train's coming by, and just as you're about to pass the road, it honks its horn, the train horn. I will jump out of my shoes.
Yeah.
I hate loud sounds that are sudden.
Ear splitting.
I had to check my blood pressure. Those, I can't stand them. It actually angers me. It causes emotion, and it makes me like, oh, like, take it easy, you know?
Yeah. What is your favorite curse word?
I would have to say, I would go to the F word, but the only thing about that is it by itself isn't technically my favorite. When you add it with many suffixes or prefixes, when you create something intelligent, witty, and creative with the F word, then it's my favorite. I love that.
It's
sometimes
very
I'm reading a
versatile.
book.
Very versatile.
Yes. And sometimes when it's added in between a word, you know, these are my favorite. They're the ones who get a rise.
It's my favorite too, much to my wife's chagrin. But and the neighbors whenever I bang my finger, you know, like that's a different story. So if you were not a writer, what other profession would you like to try?
Oh, if I had the chance, the only thing I could think of off the top of my head would be a golfer. I was a amateur pro-am golfer. I've won one tournament in my life, and I'm an international. I go to golfing tournaments around the world. I've done one in Vegas. I've done them throughout Canada, in the mountains all the way to Ontario. And I have one trophy from winning one tournament once.
Oh, cool.
I've placed second many times, third.
I never would have guessed that about you. Well, what's the opposite of that? What profession would you not want to do?
Anything to do with a hospital. I can't be responsible for someone else's well-being in regards to injuries. I could never be sewing people up, or to me, hats off to those people.
Yeah, that's a very noble profession. Tough.
Morgues, things doing with dead body. I mean, I have no issue to see these things. I've been to car accidents, I've been to hospitals. No issue. It's not about seeing it. It's you know, someone screaming in pain while I'm doing something to their arm, or not for me.
No, not me either. So last question, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you show up at the pearly gates?
Ooh, how about these 3 words? Welcome, my son.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you would hope, right? You're not shown the other door.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? All of those answers are correct, so you win the consolation prize. Yay! You get a few septillion, quadrillion electrons coming your way in the form of visual and verbal appreciation for taking your time to be here today. Thank you very much, Jonas.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There you have it, folks. An introspective look at Jonas Saul, one of the VIP authors in the new book, The Phone. If you want to learn more about him or his writing, please grab a copy of this book. It's available now on Amazon.com or bookstoread.com/phonethology, or you can ask your local bookseller to order The Phone from Three Bird View Press. Thank you very much, Jonas. Have a brilliant day.
Thanks.